Terrifier 3's announcement has got all of us horror fans and gore fans very excited to what Damien Leone has to offer in the next Terrifier. What is being said though is that this opening scene, or I've heard like the opening 5 minutes of this, are controversial and may cause a little bit of a struggle getting it accepted by bigger studios. We know Damien Leone is going to go to town on the next installment of Terrifier, and the opening scene being called absurdly gory and controversial is very interesting to hear, considering what we've already seen. You know, it had me thinking, could it be to do with a scene where he literally skins a Santa Claus, kind of how the poster shows like the Santa, like his face on like his chest area? You know, I thought, could it be that? And it's obviously just a very intense kill. I thought, could it be possibly the little girl from the trailer? Like, is it going to be a scene where we really see a kid like get messed up, which, you know, can definitely be called controversial to some people. But I have heard that it's not necessarily a big death scene. I'm not sure how true that one is, but if it's not, that does interest me because it makes me think, where have they gone with this? You know, this opening scene is said to be worse than Ali's death in number 2, which obviously, if you're a Terrifier fan or you've watched the Terrifier 2 film, that scene is intense. You know, I like my gore and everything, and you know, there were all the stories about people, you know, running out, being sick in the cinema, not being able to see it. And you know, fair enough, like, it is a very, very intense scene. It's pretty disgusting, you know, a very, very vicious scene. But yeah, it is very interesting to think about what we may get. Like, I do think / hope that part of this is kind of just used also as promotion for the film. Obviously, hearing that these opening 5 minutes are so bad, so controversial, I mean, me personally, it definitely makes me want to go see it if I didn't already, and I have to see this opening scene now. But yeah, I would like to know your guys' opinion in the comments below of whether you think, you know, this is just kind of some bullshit that's going to pass, or do you think that in some way Damien Leone may have taken it too far this time with the scene, and there's actually maybe good reason for it being controversial? I don't know. You know, I like to think there's not really a lot of limits with horror. I understand things aren't to people's taste, but at the end of the day, it's meant to scare you, make you feel a certain type of way. And you know, Terrifier really is leading its own category in a way, in just like being brutal like that. So I'm interested to see what Damien Leone's next installment has to offer. Let me know what you guys do think down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.